Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi embarks on two-nation tour of France and the United Arab Emirates. Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah asks NABARD to fix targets for financing agriculture sector and rural development for the next 25 years. G20 Conference on Crime and Security in the Age of NFTs, AI and Metaverse to begin in Gurugram from today. Countdown for Chandrayaan-3, India's third lunar exploration mission to begin this afternoon. India's Nishad Kumar clinches silver in the men's high jump event at Para Athletics World Championships in Paris. And in tennis, India's Rohan Bopanna and his Australian partner Matthew Ebden enter men's double semi-finals of Wimbledon. Prime Minister Narendra Modi left on a two-nation tour of France and the United Arab Emirates this morning. In the first leg of his tour, the Prime Minister will reach Paris this afternoon. In his departure statement, Prime Minister Modi said he is travelling to France at the invitation of his friend, President of France, Emmanuel Macron. The Prime Minister stated that this visit is particularly special as he will join President Macron for the French National Day, also known as the Bastille Day celebrations in Paris, as a guest of honour tomorrow. He also added that an Indian Tri-Services contingent will be part of the Bastille Day parade, while Indian Air Force aircraft will perform a flypast on the occasion. Mr. Modi also highlighted that this year marks the 25th anniversary of the strategic partnership. He added that rooted in deep trust and commitment, the two countries cooperate closely across various domains. He said both nations also work together on regional and global issues. The Prime Minister said that he looks forward to meeting President Macron and holding wide-ranging discussions on taking forward this long-standing and time-tested partnership over the next 25 years. The Prime Minister will meet French Prime Minister Elisabeth Borne and President of the French Senate, Gérard Larcher, this evening. Mr. Modi will interact with the Indian community, followed by a private dinner hosted by President Macron at the Élysée Palace in honour of the Prime Minister. Mr. Modi will hold delegation-level talks with President Macron tomorrow. During the visit, he will also interact with CEOs of Indian and French companies and prominent French personalities. Our correspondent reports that the visit will be rich in both substance and form.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of the India-France strategic partnership. The Prime Minister's visit will provide an opportunity to chart the course of the partnership for the future across diverse sectors such as strategic, cultural, scientific, academic and economic cooperation. It is high on both symbolism and substance. There will be a strong focus on trade and economy with a CEO forum comprising big names from the Indian and French sides. It is uncommon for foreign leaders to be invited as guest of honor for Bastille Day celebrations. Foreign marching contingents and foreign aircraft participating in it is also rare. There is great personal chemistry between Prime Minister Modi and President Macron, and as a special gesture, the French President will host the state banquet at the iconic Louvre Museum on Bastille Day. Suparna Saikia, Akashvani News, Delhi.
On the second leg of his visit, the Prime Minister will visit Abu Dhabi on Saturday. President Draupadi Murmu will be on a day-long visit to Madhya Pradesh today. She will participate in several programs in Gwalior. We have a report.
President Mrs. Draupadi Murmu will arrive in Gwalior at around 11:30 a.m. The President will first visit Maharaja Jivaji Rao Scindia Museum, Jai Vilas Palace. The President will visit the various galleries and exhibitions of museum including Darbar Hall. The President will attend the 4th convocation ceremony of the Atal Bihari Vajpayee Indian Institute of Information Technology and Management. Srimati Murmu will also lay the foundation stone of Boys Hostel at Triple ITM. At the convocation ceremony, the President will confer the honorary degree of Doctor of Science to Padma Vibhushan Dr. Anil Kakotkar, former Chairman of Atomic Energy Commission. With Naveen Srivastav, Sanjeev Sharma, Akashvani News, Gwalior.
Union Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah has asked National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD, to fix targets for financing the agriculture sector and rural development for the next 25 years. Addressing the 42nd Foundation Day of NABARD in New Delhi, the minister said the institution is ensuring development and prosperity in rural areas by making rural banking accessible.
65% ग्रामीण जनसंख्या जिस देश में हो उस देश की कल्पना नाबार्ड के बगैर की ही नहीं जा सकती। विशेषकर 3 दशक में नाबार्ड ने इस देश की ग्रामीण अर्थव्यवस्था, ग्रामीण इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, इस देश के एग्रीकल्चर, इस देश की कोऑपरेटिव संस्थाएं, विकास की रीढ़ की हड्डी में नाबार्ड सिद्ध हुई है। आज हमारे देश में शहरों के साथ साथ गांव आत्मनिर्भर बन रहे हैं। इसके साथ साथ ग्रामीण अर्थतंत्र की आत्मा, हमारी कृषि व्यवस्था बहुत तेजी के साथ बढ़ रही है।
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts. The G20 Conference on Crime and Security in the Age of Non-Fungible Tokens, NFTs, Artificial Intelligence AI and Metaverse will start in Gurugram, Haryana today. Union Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah will address the inaugural session. The conference will conclude tomorrow. Our correspondent has the details.
Over 900 distinguished individuals from G20 countries as well as representatives from special invitee countries, international bodies, technology leaders and experts are gathering in Cyber City Gurugram to discuss ways to protect the digital space and the interconnected world from evolving cyber threats. This event offers a unique opportunity to form global partnership for a secure cyberspace as the world witnesses profound challenges of cyber crimes in this new era of non-fungible tokens, artificial intelligence and the metaverse. During the conference, participants will engage in extensive deliberations across 6 technical sessions. Bhupender Singh, Akashvani News, New Delhi.
The third Sherpas meeting under India's G20 presidency will begin at Hampi in Karnataka today. Chaired by India's G20 Sherpa Amitabh Kant, the 3-day meeting will deliberate and engage in co-authoring the Leaders' Declaration to be adopted by the G20 leaders in New Delhi summit. Here is more from our correspondent.
Over 120 delegates from G20 member countries, invitees and international organizations led by India's G20 Sherpa will negotiate the text reflecting presidency priorities. These priorities were arrived at after incorporating the feedback from the Voices of Global South Summit. After intense deliberations in the day, the delegates will explore Hampi's enigmatic landscape of monuments and boulders spread over 4,000 hectares beside Tungabhadra River. They will witness the city plan, waterways, temples and other infrastructure built during the Vijayanagara Empire that flourished between 1336 to 1646 AD. Sudhindra, Akashvani News, Bengaluru.
Many parts of Uttar Pradesh are witnessing torrential rain from the last 24 hours. Heavy rain and water coming from the hilly areas of Uttarakhand and Nepal has created flood-like situations in some districts. More from a correspondent.
12 people lost their lives in last 24 hours in the state in rain-related accidents. Around 2,000 people have been displaced and living in relief camps in Saharanpur district due to flood-like situation because of the water coming from Hathnikund barrage in Yamuna. Many villages in Muzaffarnagar and Gautam Buddha Nagar districts are also marooned due to flood water. Meteorological department has predicted heavy rain at some districts in the western part of the state today also. The western part of the state has received more than average rainfall this season, while there are 23 districts, mostly in the eastern part of the state, which have rain deficit this monsoon. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, Akashvani News, Lucknow.
Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena has called a meeting of the Delhi Disaster Management Authority today to deliberate on the flood situation in the national capital due to the rise in water level in Yamuna River. The water level in the Yamuna has reached a record high to 207.95 meters, breaching the 1978 record of 207.49 meters. The Delhi police, along with the NDRF, are evacuating the people trapped amidst waterlogging in different areas. The India Meteorological Department has forecast extremely heavy rainfall over northeast India today. It has issued red alert in West Bengal and Sikkim. It has asked people to avoid areas prone to waterlogging and stay away from vulnerable structures. The countdown for Chandrayaan-3, India's third lunar exploration mission, will begin this afternoon. The 26-hour countdown will begin at 1:05 p.m. Indian Space Research Organization ISRO will launch Chandrayaan-3 by LVM-3 rocket at 2:35 p.m. tomorrow from the Satish Dhawan Space Center at Sriharikota. We have a report.
Around 16 minutes after the liftoff of LVM-3, the propulsion module is expected to get separated from the rocket and would orbit the Earth for about 5 to 6 times in an elliptical cycle with 170 km closest and 36,500 km farthest from the Earth, moving towards the lunar orbit. It will gain speed as it proceeds towards the moon for a month-long journey, reaching the orbit of the moon until it goes 100 km above the lunar surface. After reaching the desired position, the lander module would begin its descent for a soft landing on the South Pole region of the moon, and this action is expected to take place either on 23rd or 24th of next month. The mission is to study Earth from lunar orbit and to measure the near surface and its density changes. Joy, Akashwani, Chennai.
Talking about the mission yesterday, Union Science and Technology Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh said Chandrayaan-3 will raise the level of India's international collaborations, particularly in science, technology, innovation and startups.
The launch of Chandrayaan-3 is going to raise the level of India's international collaboration, including that between India and the US. Because strengthening of the ties between any two countries from 21st century onwards is also going to be technology-driven, not merely rhetoric-driven. And in the process, as these two great democracies and nations move on, I'm sure they will also be contributing as global players in the emerging new world of 21st century.
India's Nishad Kumar has clinched a silver medal in the high jump T47 event at the ongoing Para Athletics World Championships 2023 in Paris. The top 4 ranked athletes at the championships and each of the individual medal events qualify for the 2024 Paralympic Games, also to be held in Paris. Long-distance runner Abhishek Pal opened India's medal account at the Asian Athletics Championships in Bangkok, Thailand with a bronze. Abhishek bagged the medal in the men's 10,000-meter race yesterday. In Wimbledon tennis, India's Rohan Bopanna and his Australian partner Matthew Ebden have stormed into the men's doubles semi-finals in London. The 6-seeded Indo-Australian pair overcame the unseeded Dutch team of Bart Stevens and Telon Griekspoor in the quarterfinals yesterday. In the men's singles, Spanish top seed Carlos Alcaraz has set up a semi-final clash with the Russian third seed Daniil Medvedev on Friday. In the other semi-final, Serbian second seed Novak Djokovic will face Italian 8th seed Yannick Sinner. In the women's singles, Tunisian 6th seed Ons Jabeur will take on Belarusian second seed Arina Sabalenka for a place in the finals today. Ukraine's Elena Svitolina will be up against Marketa Vondrousova from the Czech Republic in the other semi-finals today. In cricket, India were 80 for no loss in reply to West Indies' 150 all-out in the first innings at the end of play on day 1 of the opening test of the 2-match series at Windsor Park in Dominica. India trailed the West Indies by only 70 runs. Rohit Sharma with 30 runs and Yashasvi Jaiswal with 40 runs were at the crease when stumps were drawn. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Vaibhav Jyotsna Srivastav.
Thank you, Abhishek. Modi's France visit will focus on defense space, leads Hindustan Times. The Tribune quotes Foreign Secretary Vinay Mohan Kwatra saying, visit to be rich in symbolism and substance. Chandrayaan-3 slingshot route to the moon, reports Business Line. The paper says the spacecraft will circle the Earth several times to use gravity to power its 3,84,400 kilometer journey. Yamuna water breaches level hit during 1978 floods in Delhi, says the Hindustan Times. Writing on the Balasore train accident, Pioneer informs 7 railway staffers suspended. Government will sell tomatoes at a discount in Delhi NCR Friday, reports the Asian Age. And finally, Elon Musk launches XAI seeks to build ChatGPT alternative, reports the Economic Times. And with that, it's back to you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Vaibhav. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi embarks on 2-nation tour of France and the United Arab Emirates. Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah asked NABARD to fix targets for financing agriculture sector and rural development for the next 25 years. G20 Conference on Crime and Security in the Age of NFTs, AI and Metaverse to begin in Gurugram from today. Countdown for Chandrayaan-3, India's third lunar exploration mission, to begin this afternoon. India's Nishad Kumar clinches silver in the men's high jump event at Para Athletics World Championships in Paris. And in tennis, India's Rohan Bopanna and his Australian partner Matthew Ebden enter men's double semi-finals of Wimbledon. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.